Now I want to take a moment to admire this Miata. It's hard to see, but it's got the snaggletooth here. I don't know, it's pretty cool. I've always liked Miatas, so somebody has some pretty good taste here.
Whew, what a day! Now, as you can see, my camera literally died right while I was giving my final goodbyes to the convention. I'm currently on the top level of the parking garage for the Hyatt Regency, which is where I parked. I made it up here kind of by accident, trying to find my way out. The weather's pretty nice. I will have another video that will break down my whole experience here. I'm just going to say my final words. Thank you to the furry community and all the attendees at Midwest Furfest for pretty much being in control. Because I know I've heard horror stories about you guys, and some people have reputations, but like even just like the entire community itself, it gets bad reputations from people who have bad reputations. But from what I saw here, it was very tame, very in control, very friendly. Thank you for making my first experience with this whole thing pleasant, meeting you guys directly and having some interaction. You guys really love the camera. It was, I guess, very welcoming, I want to say, because this is my first time going to a convention like this, especially a furry convention, and I'm not even part of the community. I just kind of wanted to observe, essentially. And you guys did a good job of giving the entire community pretty much a good rep. Nothing disturbing, no endangerment of any sort, at least none that I saw. I did see a couple of ambulances and police officers, or some cop cars, in the driveway of the Hyatt. Something obviously happened. It wasn't as bad as Asian, because a lot of people were getting pulled out of the rave for doing drugs, passing out on the floor, overdosing, getting trampled on, or some form of misconduct. And I didn't see a lot of that here, so that pleases me, and it gives me some kind of comfort. It's really sad that you guys get bad reputations. This was a nice experience. I know, there's still lots of horror stories out there that put you guys in a bad image. I know, the events that took place during Rainforest. I'm pretty sure all of you in the furry community know what I'm talking about, and I saw none of that here. I was looking for it, actually. I was expecting, something going on, something really, really weird, something really, really outrageous going down here at this convention, especially on Saturday. Like, this is the weekend, everybody's off of work. I know this was the only time I could attend this event because I work all week, and this is my first weekend off in a very long time. So everybody here is, completely off of work, completely free, out of school, and this is pretty much would be, I would say, like the night of maximum capacity. It wasn't that crowded. I did get bumped into quite a few times. My first 10 minutes here, somebody just smashed his fucking box into my shoulder. It still kind of hurts. He did say sorry, but still, you guys gotta be a little bit more mindful of space. Convention, I understand it's gonna get crowded, but the aisles are pretty wide, and I know you guys' costumes are really big and bulky, and a lot of times, big thighs, hips, big feet, big tails dragging all over the place, and the padding makes your shoulders wider, and the head has a lot of protrusions sticking out of it. But gotta be a little bit mindful of the walk space. I know that, the dealer's den was actually quite spacious, especially in the walkways. He was very gracious about the space, but I still had a lot of people just standing in the way. I know that's you can't really do much about that. It's a convention. That shit's gonna happen. I can overlook that. It only happened a few times, but some of the tails almost sweep my legs out, and I'm really, really cautious about my legs because I do have a knee that has already had its ACL completely torn off and reconstructed, and now I have another tear. So I'm really, really cautious about everything that happens with my legs. So any form of jerking in a weird movement will literally pop it out. My knee will just completely dislocate because my ACL is not strong anymore. But that didn't happen, and nobody did anything intentionally. In fact, a lot of people were very friendly, very kind to me, and it was a very welcoming experience. Before I say my farewells, I would like to say thank you once again to Midwest Furfest. This is my first time visiting you guys. I originally was supposed to be here with a friend, but he couldn't make it. I kind of wish he was able to, because this was kind of nice. It was kind of his idea to come out here. Originally, I made a joke about it last year, right before MFF 2016. I was like, oh hey, you know what? There's a furry convention coming up. You want to go? We can always do that. And laugh, ha ha ha. Making fun of you guys. Yes, we were. And he said, oh, when is it? He said, oh, it's a couple weeks from now. He said, oh, it's too early. You want to go next year? I was like, oh shit, sure. But he's not a furry either. In fact, he's very conservative. He doesn't like to venture too far outside. He doesn't have a lot of friends in the physical world, I guess. He has a lot of online friends, but not a lot of friends in the physical world, so he doesn't interact very often. It was a nice kind of shocking suggestion that he wanted to break out of his shell and come to something like this. I've never been here. I see you guys. I interact with you guys a little bit in anime conventions and at Comic-Con and stuff like that. You're very friendly. You don't do anything weird intentionally with me or to me. Hopefully I can drag his ass out here and bring him out here finally, because we've been waiting. We were expecting to go last year, and then we were expecting to go today. We would have been here like really early, which I would have preferred, because then I get to experience the dealer's den a little bit better. There were little things like little trinkets here and there that I thought were interesting. Some little souvenirs. Somebody with some nice dragon statues and stuff like that. I love dragons. It's my favorite animal. Well, fantasy animal. And pretty much my fandom for dragons kind of is what allowed me to find this whole community through one particular Japanese artist, which will be another story entirely. Oh, yeah, quite a day. For some reason, I do see some people in the Hyatt windows. I don't know if they're just talking or whatnot, or they're staring at me because I am just some walking across the roof of the parking garage with a selfie stick talking to a camera. But I would like to say my final goodbyes and thank you to Midwest Furfest, and thank you to the Hyatt Regency. This is not a paid promotion, and neither was anything else in my footage of the furry convention. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not promoting the Hyatt Regency, but I will say that the furry fandom, not that bad. Not that bad. It's very misunderstood. It is greatly misunderstood, and that has to do with the very few people in it who f everything up. And that's how it is for every community, every convention, every subculture, every community always gets a bad rep because some people, a select few, f everything up because they do something weird and outrageous, gives them a bad rep, and that f everyone. And what happens? That's something that just happens around the whole entire world. There's some people, part of a community, culture, do some shit and f everything up, and then everybody gets screwed. And it's not fair. If you guys see furries, doing their thing, as long as they're not doing something intentionally wrong to society or to you or the people around you, just let them be. They're perfectly good people. They're fine. They are. It is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. The whole fandom is very strange. I'm still trying to understand it. I've done some research on it, and I'll probably talk about what my understanding is of this fandom as well as other fandoms. They're all kind of connected. I believe that's it for this vlog and my time here at Midwest Furfest. Once again, thank you to everybody attending this event. I forgot some of the names of the people I met here. Thank you to those who interacted with me and, kind of gave me a very pleasant experience, a very welcoming experience for my first time here at the local furry convention. Thank you to anybody who watches this video, whether or not you're a furry or a regular person. This is, I'm gonna say a very interesting experience for me, and not everybody was willing to go out and experience this willingly. Originally I wasn't going to. I was going for a friend, and I decided I'm gonna go for myself. I'm tired. Work was brutal for me. I'm sore. I'm going to go to a con, and I'm gonna go do it, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And that's pretty much how how I came into this, and you know, it was pleasant. It was definitely pleasant. I didn't do a lot, you know, so technically there wasn't a huge amount of enjoyment because I didn't do a lot. You know, I'm not part of this fandom. I couldn't engulf myself in it. I right next to the O'Hare Airport, so planes just flew right over me. As I was saying, I came in here with expectations, and some of them have changed, some of them were confirmed, but all in all, it was good. It was a good experience. Stay tuned for my entire breakdown of my experience here at Midwest, and I'll share some of my footage. I got a lot of interactions with some of the furries. They love the camera. They all have a different personality in front of the camera. They all go full animalistic or just straight up cartoony, and that kind of adds some entertainment to it and makes it very pleasant. So until next time, thank you for viewing this video, and please hit the subscribe button below because I will try and venture into other things as well, depending on, you know, the time of it, you know, the convenience. If I have time, money, I will try and do other things like this. It's out of the ordinary for me and probably other people in normal everyday society. Once again, I'd like to say thank you and goodbye.
I would like to take another minute to admire this Lancer here. Very nice. He's got a custom headlights, a nice big wing on the back. You can see it there. Whether or not it's made of carbon fiber, I don't know. Got some Japanese banner on the top. I can't read it because my Japanese is really, really bad, even though I am Japanese, which is sad. But I love that color. That's always been a very nice color on cars. It's one of my favorite colors, is that sunset red or fire orange, however you want to call it. Very nice. Somebody has some nice taste in cars.